Hey there, I'm Schizophrenia and I'm here for you. Hey guys, it's your girl coming at you with the weird makeup. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're gonna be understanding mental health. I'm gonna be explaining everything you need to know from A to Z, and then we get deeper in it in the next videos, okay? And if you want to understand my makeup or my dressing, just watch my previous video. I explained every single thing so that you guys don't have so many questions about, girl, why your makeup be looking like this? Get it? Why? But anyway, I don't have a diva light, so I'm gonna be using this one. Okay, I'm joking, but you guys sponsor me, okay? So I'm gonna just put my PayPal down there in case anybody wanna throw in some cash so that you see my channel growing. Come on guys, I'm pretty sure you don't want to be seeing the Eiffel Tower here and this, you know, motivation stuff and this beautiful drawing of mine. Oh, it's a drawing of me, you guys. I didn't do that drawing, somebody did it for me. Anyway, so let's get into today's topic, okay? So I want to be using your imagination so that you guys can understand exactly where I'm coming from. So that is why we have this baby today. Anyway, so first of all, I want you to imagine a situation where every time that you said you had a running stomach, your parents would lock you in the hospital. Okay, that was too deep, you guys, but like, just imagine. That's like the exact same thing that's going on with mental health. If somebody says that they are not mentally well, you rush to throw them into the insane asylum, you know what I'm saying? Which is so wrong, but I'm here to make you guys understand, okay? Correction. Well, of course, well, I'm not saying don't throw them there, but I'm saying the only reason why we get to a stage where we throw someone into the insane asylum and everything is because we've been ignoring the not the signs, but I mean, like, okay, them as a person have been like not really taking care of themselves mentally. So it's more like if you have some bacteria infection going on, if you're not gonna take antibiotics, or if you're not gonna, you know, take in something, or, you know, take out something that's gonna help it become better, you're gonna start like rotting or something, right? So that's the same with our mental health. If we don't take care of ourselves, you guys, we are gonna go crazy. So honey, don't get it twisted. The brains needs to be taken care of as much as you take care of your body and everything. Like, people take care of like their physical body more than their mental beings, which is like, I wish people knew that this thing up here controls literally everything that then happens. Like, okay, just imagine, right, if you were in a life-threatening situation, the one thing that's gonna decide whether you live or not is the up here. So y'all gotta wake up, y'all gotta start taking care of your mental brains, okay? People, wake up. But anyway, now I'm gonna tell you guys the definition of mental health, right? Right. So mental health is the state of well-being where one can identify or acknowledge or realize their own abilities, you know, like their own extremities and infirmities. Okay, jokes. I don't even know if that word exists, but like, yeah, that's just the first sentence, you guys. I'm not done because I'm kind of reading from this paper. And it also says that You should be able to cope with normal stresses of life, work productively, and make a contribution to your community. So those are three things. One, you're supposed to be able to identify individually your own abilities, and then you're supposed to cope with normal stresses of life and work productively, as well as contribute to your own community, right? So the definition has 3 parts. And if you don't fit into those 3 parts, you are not as healthy as you're supposed to be mentally. But that's okay. It doesn't mean you're crazy. We're gonna work through this together, and we're gonna help each other achieve positive and high grade mental health, okay? I got your bags, people. I'm working on myself too. I'm not saying that I know I'm healthy, but I don't think I'm as healthy as I want to be. But we're in this together. We're gonna fight through, everything negative together. So yeah, if you know your own abilities, right? You know what you can and are able to do. You know what you can't and are not able to do, basically. But you do not only know, you also accept that, okay, I'm capable of doing this and I'm capable of doing that, but I can't do this and I can do that. You accept it and your mind is at peace. Like, you know what? I can survive every single day without flying or whatever. Like, we don't have wings, so we've all accepted that we can't fly with, our hands. You know what I'm saying? So we've all accepted that, and we're all healthy in that, in that way, right? But of course, the other examples, I don't know why flying was the first one, and it's not as it's very relatable, but it's, not really deep. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's one example. Many other things could be like cooking or drawing, a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, let's get a bit deeper. So I know that you guys know so many people in your lives that probably wanted to be sportsmen, sportswomen, etc. But they were in the game and then they got injured and they couldn't go back for life. So that's one example of this part of the definition, that the individual is aware of their abilities, right? But now, knowing that you're aware that you can't play rugby or you can't play badminton anymore because you broke your leg, are you mentally at peace with that? That's an example. So obviously most of the people won't be peaceful about it, making them not so healthy, etc. But I got your back. Then the second part of the definition is coping with the normal stresses of life, for example, examination stress, maybe pregnancy stress, menstrual stress, the stress that comes with being a rugby player itself, the workouts, the life you should keep up, everything, your job, the stresses that come with the loads of work you get, your assignments. Those are the normal stresses of life. Those are things that are considered to be normal as to stress you understand? So if you're being stressed about a lollipop, that is definitely not normal. And after we have these normal stresses of life, you're supposed to be able to cope with the stresses. So a way of coping with some of the stress is to actually put in the work, So for example, you have exams coming up and you're stressed about them. The more you work to prepare for those examinations, the less stressed you become. If you're a rugby player, the more workouts you're doing, the more you build up, the less stressful it is. If you're pregnant, the more you meditate, the more you walk, and the more you swim, you feel more healthy, and you're like, oh my god, my baby, and you're eating vegetables and all that. And I made other examples, but I kind of forgot. Then we have people that are not able to cope. If you result into alcohol or drugs because of the normal stresses of life, then you're not really considered as being able to cope with the normal stresses of life because of the way you're coping, of course. So yeah, definitely, if you do that, you have to change it. But you know what, start gradually and you get there. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. So moving on to the third part of the definition, which is being able to be productive. So we all have our side gigs going on, or you're working, or you're in university, but are you able to be productive in whatever that you're doing? If your mind is constantly like saying or drifting away in a way that you cannot be productive at all, then you're definitely not healthy at the moment. The fourth part is that you're supposed to be able to contribute to your community, giving back to your community. So this part is a bit like tricky because, okay, I don't know, I'll just leave this part untouched because I'm not like really familiar with it, so I don't want to give you guys wrong information. But I'll just encourage you guys to like give to your community, give to the community you're from and everything, because you gotta stay healthy mentally and everything. So yeah, we'll move on to things that affect your mental health. Okay, so first you should note that in this video I'm just explaining so that you guys generally understand what mental health is, but I'll be going deeper like I said. So all of these topics, I'll have like certain topics aside where we go really deeper. So the things that affect your mental health, there are two factors. There are modifiable factors and non-modifiable factors. Oh, there's three factors, then there's biological factors. So when we say modifiable factors, these are things you can change, like for example your occupation, your education, your level of social involvement, and your housing quality. There are a whole lot of other things as well, but these are things that can actually affect your mental health. And of course, knowing that you can change them, like I really know one common thing, like education. Sometimes as you're starting your university, you could really be stressed about whether or not you chose the right thing or the right course for your life. This is something you can actually change. You don't have to go deeper into such a hole, because like the deeper you go, you might never be able to come out. So therefore it's modifiable, meaning that if you're not comfortable with something that you've done which is modifiable, you're encouraged to change it, because it puts you in a better living condition in terms of your mental health, right? So let's move on to the non-modifiable factors. So here we have age, gender, and your ethnicity. So well, gender, actually there's a debate on gender, whether it's considered as a modifiable factor or not. As we are advancing in this world, things that we thought wouldn't be changeable are now changeable. So yeah, just understand that with the non-modifiable factors, you're encouraged to love yourself. You're definitely encouraged to love yourself, because if you are not comfortable with your age, which is really rare but could happen, your gender or your ethnicity, then you should love yourself. Know yourself, love yourself, everything yourself. And then the third factor is biological factors. So we're talking about genetics here. It's possible for a mental illness or a mental health issue to pass through your family. For example, if your great grandfather or your grandfather was, you know, suffering from schizophrenia, you are at a higher chance of, you know, going down that path. If you, like, you know, I don't know, if you happen to not take care of your health, it just won't come to you like, hey there, I'm schizophrenia and I'm here for you. No, it won't do that. But I'm not saying that if you're a random person without like a family that has a history of mental health issues, then you won't get it. You're just at a lesser risk, but you can get it still. So that's with the risk factors. So I'll move on to common disorders. Okay, so we have anxiety disorders. These are things like obsessive compulsive disorders, phobias, and panics. You know, like, I think so many people have had like panic attacks, so many people have phobias, and we've all heard of OCD. So first of all, there's certain disorders that people kind of turned into like cool, if that makes sense. For example, if I say, okay, I'm claustrophobic, like, you guys will be like, oh my god, you're claustrophobic. But no, guys, this stuff is not healthy. You shouldn't like put some juice into being, I don't know. And like, I've heard so many people say they have OCD or whatnot. That's also something that was kind of turned into cool. But anyway, I'll explain what OCD is, because like most people that claim it, you know, they don't really understand what it is. So it's like a disorder where your body, your mind kind of like has a repetitive, it's like it's looping an action. Like, for example, you washed your hands. The washing hands one has been used a lot, but okay, so I'll use that one. So let's say you've washed your hands and then you're doing something and then your mind goes like, loop, washing my hands again, you know, like and then 3 minutes later your mind loops, you wash your hand again, you wash your hands again. So yeah, you forget, or it's like an obsession. Maybe it's an obsession of like a certain action. Yeah, but it won't be healthy if like that certain action is not healthy, if that makes any sense. But I won't get into OCD deeply, because I don't understand it fully, but because I need to really understand if it's that you haven't registered that you've washed your hands, or like, so I'll get deeper into that and make a video on that one as well. Then also we have mood disorders like bipolar disorder, we have major depression, and we also have seasonal affective disorders. I'll get deep into those, but most people understand what bipolar and depression disorders are, right? Then we also have schizophrenia disorders. So scientists haven't understood whether or not these specific disorders have like, if this specific disorder has a group of disorders, like for example the example I made with anxiety disorders, where it has OCD inside, phobias, and panic attacks. That's like its group, right? But with schizophrenia, we scientists haven't understood whether or not it comes with like other, you know, little, you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I know you guys get me. This is one thing I like about you guys, you just understand before I say anything. Like, oh my gosh, so much love. So yeah, I'll move on to the early signs of early signs or symptoms of these disorders. But like, I don't want to get inside this because I actually want your help. So if you've been watching this video until this exact moment, you should like comment down below at least 1 or 2 early signs of any of these disorders, even if it's something you've seen in the movies, something you've heard over and over, or something you're experiencing. So just comment down below any of the early signs that you know or have heard of, and then in my next video I'll shout out to you. I will shout out to you on my video and consider your comment. Even if it's right or wrong, I'll correct you, you know. Moving on to the treatments of these disorders, we have 3 types of treatments. We have therapy is one of them, the second one is medication, the third one is self-help. So when we say therapy, this is basically when you go to the therapist. It could be a psychotherapy session, or okay, I forgot the other therapy thingy. I think it's called like talking therapy, but yeah. So just know that if you have like any of these disorders, don't feel ashamed to like talk to someone, because that's just like how easy it is. All you need to do is to talk to someone. It's a way of helping you, it's a way of treating you. Fear, for example, like if you are so anxious and so afraid, that is not okay. And moving on to the treatments of these disorders, we have 3 types of treatments. We have therapy is one of them, the second one is medication, the third one is self-help. Yeah, so I was saying sometimes all we just need is someone to talk to. So the more you keep certain emotions, feelings, or experiences inside, your mind will play with you. It'll play around those things that like are closer to your, like it plays around the things that affect you the most. Because I feel like the way it was supposed to work was it highlights the negative stuff so that you're able to remove them, and it's like, yay, we are free of diseases or disorders or whatever. So now if you keep these things, your mind will definitely keep saying, hey, there's a memory over there that we need to dispose of. So you definitely need someone to talk to. So don't be afraid to reach out to anyone, especially like these therapists. And with the medication, we have things like antidepressants, we have a lot of antis, but yeah, you can take those and they can help you, but hopefully you don't get to this stage where you need medication and where you like can function without like your medication. So these things can be avoided if you go through the first few steps, like, you know, therapy or reaching out to anyone, right? So we can do this, we can. So the final thing is self-help. Sometimes we can be going through like certain things in our like daily lives. Let's say you get into a quarrel with someone really close to you, someone that really matters, and it's like really getting you into like some unstable state of mind. Things like confrontation can help. You're afraid of something and you know you can't sleep at night. You know, you can like Google to understand what that thing is and, you know, fight yourself or your way through that situation. Then also meditation is a self-helping way or whatever. So yeah, you can help yourself as well. What's up? So thank you for watching till the end. I'm gonna be posting videos on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So you should definitely subscribe so that you keep up with my channel, like the video. Don't forget to comment what I asked earlier on, the signs of, you know, a person that's about to suffer from a disorder, or if you're getting closer to like that point. So if you comment the signs, I will shout out to you in the next video. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, any questions, I'll answer. Just drop them down. I'm putting in all my effort. I'm researching and I'm putting together resources so that we can all understand our mental health a lot better. So this is basically a self-help channel. Bye.